Hello there, how are you doing? Now we're going to add additional features such as clicking on this button and being able to see a iframe, the actual article here, and replacing this content and cleaning up this input field as well. So let's begin. Okay, so let's go to index.html and let's have a look at this button class. Button class, it has the class name random, so we're going to target that. Okay, so index.js. So document ready function. So this function is executed here as AJAX call, right? So the entire function, that's fine. So leave it. Now what we can do is in this document ready function, once the AJAX call is done, and this key of event after that, what we can do is let's leave a small comment. So random wiki article, all right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to target this random class, that button, random. So on click event, execute this function. Now let's do the same approach. Instead of writing all the function here, what we can do is we can execute another function, create that function somewhere here, so it's maintainable code, you know. So let's name this function random function. Okay, random function. Okay, so when this is clicked, I will execute this function. Now build this function. Okay, so random function. Now this function, what it will do, it will do a couple of things. The first thing, this field, when we click on the article of the day, what I want to happen is I want this, all the results gone away, right? I want them to be empty, and same with this input field, I want it to be empty. Okay, so let's do those things first. Random function. First, I want to empty the update div using this empty function. It's really easy to work with jQuery. Okay, it's empty. Now another is the search. This one is also I want to be empty, and then we have another one called iframe. So we target this this element iframe. Okay, so what I can do is iframe, and then this one I want to change the attribute. For example, at the moment its source is empty, so it's not loading anything. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to set its attribute. So its source attribute, I will give the URL that I want to display. Now there is a special API endpoint in Wikipedia which is quite simple. Okay, so it is simple as wikipedia.org/wiki, and then what you do is you put S capital SPECIAL special and then random. Okay, so if you go on this URL, you will always see a random article. You see one article, if you refresh, you see another one. Okay, so that is one cool API endpoint that is provided by Wikipedia. Okay, so when the button is clicked, we will empty everything and then fill up this iframe with this URL. Okay, so this is how iframe works. It's pretty cool. Now let's save this. And before we see this in practice, there is one more thing we need to do. For example, this AJAX call, once this AJAX is done, every time we got to make sure that this iframe's attribute is set to empty. Okay, iframe attribute source, make it empty, because when AJAX call is happening, we don't want this to come and interfere, so always make sure it's empty. Okay, after the AJAX call. But once people click on this button, everything will reset. This one will get empty, this one will get empty, and it will take over. Okay, so this one source to empty. Now there's one more thing we have to do here. Random function, we execute the function which will do all this stuff. So once we do that, in fact, let's give it a try. Okay, before we're doing all this stuff. Okay, let's give it a try. Refresh. inspect line 26. Let's have a look. Oh, okay, I need to write function. I'm not writing ES6. Okay, so function, random function. Let's give it a try. Let's try hello, and as you can see, auto populates a live result. Amazing. Now what if I click on this button? Awesome, the iframe has been populated with the random article. How cool is that? Now let's do it again. Okay, different article, and you can read here, it's embedded here. How awesome is that, right? Now let's do it again. Okay, so every time you click, a random article is generated. That is really great. Now what I want to do is, when it's clicked, first time it shows the article of the day, and the second time it's clicked, maybe we show something else, like show me another random article or something. So let's do that. So we execute this function on click. Is we can change the text of that button. So what's the name of the button? That button is article of the day. It's class name of random. All right, so on click, do that, execute that function, and then again set the text. Okay, in fact we are inside this function, inside this itself, right? We are already working inside function, so we can use this. Okay, you misusing this? Yeah, in jQuery as well we can use. That's pretty cool. So this, which refers to this selector itself, this text. Now this time instead of HTML we do text. Okay, so show me another random article. All right, save it. Let's give it a try. Awesome, we have a beautiful application. Let's type hello. As you can see, the live result. How cool is that? And for example, let's say we want to browse the articles. Okay, article of the day, beautiful, and we get to see that article of the day. And then show me another random article, no worries. Show me, yes. Okay, beautiful. Let's say I want to go back to search again, live search, no worries. Okay, so this is how you build this awesome application based on search. Congratulations for finally being here. I'll see you in the very next section. Thank you.